Hi, it's Dorothy Kilty with Rockwood Alley Creations on YouTube, and I am doing a couple of different ABC challenges actually, but one of them is hosted by Margaret at 7 Plaza Creations and Tony by Crafting by Tony, and today is Wednesday, and so it's M for Masterboards. I want to show you what I do for Masterboards, okay? So first of all, I'm going to start by saying that I clean off my desk onto pieces of paper to make Masterboards, okay? And as you can see, my desk is a mess. This piece of paper, this was for a swap on a YouTube channel from a month or two ago, and it was shoved into a pile of papers on my desk, I'm sorry to say. But what I do is just start gluing things down. Now, I'm not going to cover this in this video. I'm going to show you what I do with them after they're done. Because the thing, for me at least with Masterboards, is that I don't make necessarily beautiful Masterboards to start with. I'm cleaning off my desk. I'm getting these papers, these scraps corralled, and then when I am ready to use, I need backings for tags or something, then I cut the Masterboard up and I decorate it for what I am doing. Okay, so to match the Masterboard, or to match the journal that I'm making. Okay, so these are backgrounds. So I just keep gluing pieces down, scraps down that I have. Sometimes I'll make like stripes in areas and of edge pieces and things like that, and they become like for a journaling spot or something. It becomes lines, so to speak, where people can journal. And sometimes I go ahead and cover them up. Now, I like to be, this is regular copy paper, but as I glue things down and it gets thicker, it becomes a surface that's good for Masterboards or journaling cards. Now, on the back of this, if this shows through, I might take a piece of lined paper and put over the back of it, or I may use my scraps. I may do something after I cut it apart. Now, here's a Masterboard. This is just the top one. You can see I have some stripes here and here in places. And you could cover the whole thing with strips, with small strips, and it could be really fun. Now, what I do is I turn it over, okay? In this case, I have lined paper on the back, and I will probably be happier cutting some things straight up and down. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going over to this edge, okay? And how big do I want to tag? Well, about that big is good. So let's go ahead and cut that off. Whoops. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Needs to go up this a little bit in order to cut it. I don't know if I glued the paper on the back crooked, which is, oh no, I just flat out cut crooked. Look at that. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to go over here and figure out the narrowest part. Let's cut this edge straight. A lot of times I trim the edges with scissors, but okay. And I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit. Okay, so there we have a tag. Now, this, almost big enough. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to straighten this edge first. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do another journaling card like this, right here. I like the holes in the paper, so I leave those. I'm going to use, I'm going to cut this in half, more or less. And then these will be journaling cards. Okay, so a couple tags, couple journaling cards bases. Okay, here we go. All right, so I don't even know what the other side looks like yet, right? So typically what I would do is take a look at this and say, okay, I think I'm going to cut this off. Just going to use my scissors this time. Here. And make this into a shorter tag and this a smaller journaling card. Now these become tags just by, you know, cutting the corners off or something else like that. So this tag, I'm going to use, which one of these do I want to use? That one. So this is just a card that I've taken and cut points or slants and different things, and then I just hold it up to the tag and say, which one do I want to use? I have a flat edge here and a flat edge here to put. Oh, I don't think that's is this it? It's not this one, is it? No. See, when I'm talking, I lose track of what I am doing. Let's see. It's not that one, unless I didn't put it straight, which is absolutely possible. All right, we're going to go like this, and then if it doesn't look right, we'll straighten up the other one. So there's that. Now I'm going to turn this over like this. Line this up at the sides. Did it slip while I was cutting? You know, no telling. Just trim a little bit off. There we go. So now we have a tag. Now one of the things I like to do with these longer tags is fold it up like this to make a little pocket. And then I can decorate it. So that one's ready. Let's cut this one up. Let's pay attention to what I'm doing this time. There we go. So we cut this slant here on this tag, turn it over like that, and now we're going to cut this one. I'll bet that's how I did it last time. Just let it slip with my thumb, okay? So now we have two tags, and we have these journaling cards. Okay, so now if I was getting ready to decorate these, you know, it's absolutely wide open what I can do. Okay, I can take, now here I have a little piece of paper that's sticking up. A lot of times when I use just a glue stick, I'll go back when I cut them off and find I need to trim up some pages. So this is a little bitty journaling card, and what I have over here are some like stickers I can use. I have stamps, so I can take a stamp. Where did the stamp I want go? Okay, here it is. So I like to use on the backs. A lot of times I like to use writing. Okay. I'm gonna get out of backing. Come on. Okay, this might be a little smaller than I would usually prefer, but it doesn't matter because I'm not looking at getting, the whole stamp flat on a page. Right now, I'm just interested in adding some background. So there we go. Okay, we have some background. Let's just go ahead and do some stamping on the rest of these. So one of the things I do a lot of times is before I cut them apart, I'll go over onto the whole masterboard and do some stamping over it. That can be a very effective way of adding interest to it. Okay, let's go. This one is at a slant this way, so I'm going to put the text at a slant this way. Okay, and then we'll go here. I could use different colors on different ones of these. That would be fine. I'm going to add some stamps to this. And here we go on this. Okay, so that was kind of fun. I'm also going to get out some archival ink. And I can add these swirly, I love this sheet. I don't know where it came from. Obviously, I haven't pulled this one off in a while since it doesn't want to let go. I'm going to put this one here. Okay, love that swirly tag. Okay, and let's go ahead. I'm just going to add it like straight up and down like this on this one. Now, because I'm in a way adding backgrounds to all of these, I'm not going to get too upset if this isn't stamped perfectly, okay? I like this one this way, I think. I'm just going to put a stamp right across the top of this. Okay, and let's see. I'm going to put it across the top of this. This time I'm letting it go over the edge. And this one is going to go up and down like this, okay? So now, oh, look, I have one more. Let's see what ink, if any, is still on here. Okay, so now I can decorate it with, different things to add interest. Now this box, and I'm actually getting away from putting these little strips in this box, so this is a good time to use it. Now, I am having problems with my crocodile. It's actually my hands, not my crocodile. But, so I'm just going to go ahead and punch a hole there. And I'll probably come back and put hole reinforcers around it. Okay, so this becomes kind of a mess make here. So where was that little bitty one? Here it is. Okay, so let's just take something really simple and just put a sticker on this. Okay. If it'll separate. There's all kinds of ways to get stickers off, but I think lifting the top layer with a pin is the easiest way for me. Okay, put that back and the pin cushion so I can find it when I want it. Okay, and then we'll just put this right like this, follow that dream. So now I have a cute little journaling card. Okay, this one, I'm gonna go ahead and glue the pocket. Okay, whoops. Let's burnish this edge a little bit. And once again, I've got a little piece sticking off here, so I'm just gonna cut it off. Now let's take one of these lace scraps. A lot of times I'll take these and use them for clusters and things. That's a lot of fun. Oh, let's just do this. Okay, let's put this pink ribbon right across here, the top. I'm going to cut it a little long, not way long, but a little long. Now, if I was going to do this, I probably should have done it before I glued this bottom up, but I'm going to go ahead and put a stripe going up this way too. Once again, I'm going to cut it a little long so I can cut that off at a slant. I love grosgrain ribbon because of the texture it adds. Okay, I'm going to lift this up. Whoops, just a tiny bit. Okay, so now we have some lace. We have, here's an assortment of stickers. I'm looking for two that are a little bit similar in one way or the other. So, see what I've got in here. You know, I'm going to use these. I'm going to put this house right there. And we'll put the university right here. And then I wasn't looking at the fact that this word is upside down. When I look at text on masterboards and things like this, I see it as a shape, okay? But in this case, the shape is being a little bit taken over because it's so big. It's becoming more obvious that the text is upside down, and it bothers me. So I need to do something to distract myself from the text being upside down. So I don't want to use, I've got those house stickers already. Nope, I don't like that. Here's some shiny words. Now I do two things with words. Sticker words, I'll throw in here. Okay, I like this. Just breathe. Now, I think that by taking the sticker and putting it over this, is going to be good. It's going to make the upside down text not the most obvious things that you see. Oh, we're just going to stick that right there for now. Okay, Just breathe. Okay? And then a little bit of pink ribbon through this. Okay, I'm going to come back and put hole reinforcers around this dot, so I don't want this ribbon to be tied in a knot or anything. It's going to make it weird, so I'll cut this off after I put it in more permanently. And there we have a tag. Okay, here is another journaling card. This text is going the text runs vertically, the page runs horizontally, and I think what I'm going to do with this one is take a little bit of this napkin, I cut a piece off, but didn't take this center part out, so let's take this off. Gently, gently. I must have taken one piece off because this is the, like the shadow images. Love them, just love them. Okay? I don't have any on my desk. I don't have any water on my desk. But I'm just going to take and tear this image off. Whoops, I should be checking it to make sure it'll fit. Yeah, it'll be fine. Because I want to tear some off of this edge too. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this on and let it extend off the edge on this side, and then I'll trim it. So I'm going to do this the simplest way possible, which is to use glue stick. Okay, if I have a little piece here that isn't sticking, I'll just do that. Lift it up and put a little glue stick there and take it down. Now, if it still is coming up or anything, you can take some Mod Podge or even just some watered down Elmer's glue and put it around here. Now this one, I am going to, as soon as I find I'm going to ink the edges. Whoops. Before I ink the edges, I'm going to round the corners on this one. Add a little bit more glue along the edge here. Okay, but if you just take a brush and take the Mod Podge or the Elmer's glue and brush over the top of that, that'll seal it in. Okay, let's ink around the edge. And if you have a piece that's coming off, glue it back down. So the glue isn't completely dry. This will firm up a little bit more, but if it's not firm enough, you just add another piece of paper to the back. Okay, so here, this is another tag. Again, one of the problems is that when you put the glue stick around, it may dry up before you get to some of it. So that's one of the reasons this is. So let's go back and do the lace again. Let's see how much of this I have. I like it this way better. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. When you're gluing lace on, you can either put some glue on the back of the lace, or put it on the card. I do both ways, and I don't have any rhyme or reason for why I do it both ways, so I'm not going to pretend I do. Ooh, that's pretty. Maybe I should have used that. I should look through here a little more. I'm actually not a real pink girl. I don't use a lot of pink in my things, so that's one of the reasons why I have these scraps of pink, I think. So another thing that you can do for words, if it isn't buried here, is you can take, like Tim Holtz says, sheets with letters. You can do that and get them. I have a whole box that I add to and use of words and phrases and things. So this was something that I typed up and used. These are, okay, I'm going to use this one. Okay, now I'm going to tear this so I have more rough edges. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll back these with bookpage or, you know, something fun like that. The most wasted of days is one without laughter. And I'm just going to glue it across the top of sometimes I accidentally, okay, I should have a pink tab at the top of this to go. It doesn't have to match. It does need to blend. And once again, I am not going to be tying this in a knot, because I'm going to come back and put hole protectors on it. So 2 shades of pink is kind of neat. And I would probably take a little staple and put there to hold it, or you can put some glue around since this isn't really long enough to cut. If you like the fraying, leave it. If you don't like the fraying, one of the things that you can do is just put a dab of glue there to keep it from fraying and keep it. Now I just, you know, kind of rub it in. I don't want it to look shiny and stuff. But there's another one, and we have 3 more journaling cards that we can do something with. I'm not going to decorate them. I want to keep this short, so I'm just going to let this go and just tell you that you can keep on doing the same thing with the rest of these and make them really pretty. Actually, this is so pretty. Do I have enough to do 2 rows? I do not. Let me cut this off. It's so hard to stop. It really is. Okay, which side has the most texture? They both have texture. Let's just glue this down right here. And again, I still can come back in the future and add more things to these journaling cards to really tie it to the journal that I'm making. Okay, so here we go with, now my desk is even more of a mess because I need to go back and finish making that masterboard, don't I? Okay, so here's 2 of the plain ones. I've added a little bit to it, but it needs more decoration to match what I'm doing. There's a tag. Here's another journaling card. Here is another tag. This is actually stuff ready for the masterboard. Okay, let's see if I can get all these in here. Okay, and that's using Masterboards.